another video. Today we're going to be taking a quick look at the new Atlas O Premier Fall 2023 catalog, and as well as talking about a few things regarding Atlas and some of my opinions of where they're kind of dropping the ball a little bit possibly. So we're going to get into that right now on M6 Trains. So let's dive into the new Atlas catalog for the fall. Obviously, I'm not going to go too crazy in depth because it's been out for a few days now, and I'm sure you guys have seen it already, or if you haven't, you could always just go to their website and check it out, so no need to spend too much time on it. But obviously, F40 on the front cover, so they obviously are bringing back the F40. So scrolling down. Oh, never mind. It's SD45s first. My apologies. So for the SD45s, we have the Norfolk and Western. It looks nice, but doesn't really move me. If it was a Norfolk Southern, that might have been a little bit different. Then you have the Springfield Terminal, CP, CSX, and if this CSX was YN2, that'd be a possible pre-order, but it's not, so passing on that. SP with the cool script font, and then UP. Personally, I'm not too crazy about these. They're all kind of boring and don't do anything for me. However, I might wind up picking up the Southern Pacific because it'll go well with my SD35. I think that would look pretty neat together, double heading. So we might pick up this one. But if I didn't have the SD35, I probably wouldn't even consider. I mean, I do like this, but if I didn't have an SP engine already, I probably would have overlooked it. I kind of wish, and I'll get into this a little bit more about my complaints about Atlas, but yeah, just nothing too standoutish to me. But anyway, moving along, I'm going to try and keep this video short. So this is the SD45s, and by the way, dang, $640 now for these diesels. I understand that there's inflation and stuff like that, but a couple years ago, a Premier diesel was like 400 and change, maybe 500 at the max. So prices have definitely gone up, and I get it. I mean, it happens with everything going on, I guess. But dang, it's getting crazy. So moving along, now we have the F40s. I was kind of hoping I'd get some more Amtrak or another NJ Transit possibly, but no, we're just getting some Metro stuff. So there you go, you Chicago guys. Music City Star, I'm assuming that's something in Tennessee, and then Maine Eastern. And it says matching passenger cars coming soon, so I'm wondering if, I don't know what kind of cars they use, but maybe those are those double-decker cars that MTH has the tooling for, which means hopefully maybe they do NJ Transit double-decker cars. That'd be kind of cool, but we'll see. So those are the F40s. And those are also 640, which is wild for an F40, but oh well. Moving on, we have the bi-levels. These are cool. If I was a Metro guy, I would probably pick these up because I do like the way these cars look, but I don't know anything about Chicago, or nor do I really collect any Metro stuff, so I'm not going to get any of these. But they are cool and they do look cool. Pretty sure these are all like fantasy schemes too. I don't think these are like the legit ones. I think the Metro looks like this minus the BNSF, but I don't know. I'm not really a Metro guy, so I have no idea. And these do look kind of cool too. So moving on, we're already into the rolling stock with the 3-bay center flow hoppers, and these are the XMTH tooling. If you don't know by now, anything that says Premier is XMTH. The Georgia Pacific's kind of cool, and the CN's kind of cool, but nothing really stands out at me. The UP patch is kind of cool, but I really don't need any more rolling stock unless it's really something I really want. So nothing really stands out to me. And then Atlas brought back the Gunderson High-Q boxcars. These were a favorite the last time they ran these, and they sell out super fast, so make sure you pre-order these guys because they will sell out very quickly once they come into the stores. But I do like all these paint schemes. That the Burlington Northern would look sick when it's all weathered up. Um, I'm probably gonna get all 6 of these, or I might just get these 3 and then get the 3-pack down here. But yeah, these are awesome. They look great. Nice detail. They look really good. And then moving on, they did the CSX Heritage box cars, which I don't know why they did that. It's fantasy. Um, Again, we're going to kind of move into that in the next segment of my complaints with Atlas right now. Not really complaints, but just kind of critiques, I guess. So anyway, moving on. But yeah, these are going to be cool. I'm looking forward to these up here. Moving on, we have some 8,000 gallon tank cars. Again, Premier. I do like the Hooker chemicals and the lard. And then this UTLX is cool, but I'm probably going to pass on these. I really don't need any more tank cars. Like I said, I'm trying to scale back on purchasing rolling stocks. I'm getting a little carried away with it, or I have too much of it. But these 3 are kind of cool. And moving on, we do have Atlas Master O cool cars. These are going to be really nice. Anything Atlas Master is gorgeous and very nicely detailed. I'm probably going to pick up 1 of each just because they look really cool. And I'm sure they're nicely detailed as well. These 2 down here look really sweet. And I'm assuming they're probably going to have rotating bearing caps too, if I had to guess. Let me zoom out here a little bit. Come on. There we go. And then those are 94, but if you pre-order, you'll probably get a good discount on them, probably around $80, which I think is a pretty good deal, considering these are master. Right. Like I said, we're shooting through this. All right, awesome. They brought back the brand new auto racks. These are new tool. Well, this is the second run of the new tooling, and I think they only released these maybe 2 catalogs ago. But yeah, these were hot. They flew off the shelves. Everybody was buying these. So it's really no surprise that they brought these back so quickly because they're awesome. They're beautiful, amazing cars. So they brought back the BNSF. I don't remember what logo they did. They're saying it's Black Wedge. I don't know what logo for BNSF they did last time. I'll have to look. But yeah, they did CN as well. The CP with the beaver, which I really like. CSX and TTX. I'll probably pick up 1 of each, and maybe an extra CSX. Just because these are awesome and they look really cool as a long train. You can never have enough auto racks. And I don't think they raised the price. Maybe it might have been 120 something last, so maybe a little bit more than last catalog, but I think that it's the same price, which, to be honest, if you pre-order these, it'll be cheaper anyway, and I think it's a great deal for what you get because these are amazing auto racks, and I think they're well worth the price. So yeah, I'm definitely going to get 1 of each of these. All right, moving on, we have some Trainman covered hoppers, and initially, these really didn't move me at all. Maybe this one because I like the red, white, and blue, but initially they didn't really do anything for me. And then I found out that they're supposed to have, if we look here, where are they? Yep, rotating bearing caps in the description, and if you look here, there they are. And if you didn't know, they are my absolute favorite feature of rolling stock. I think every piece of high-end rolling stock should come with them. You know, where applicable. I can't speak. You know what I'm trying to say. Where they can install them, they should be there. But anyway, they have ADM, AG processing, Landmark, Michigan Elevator, MFA, and Rotating Northern. I'm gonna pick up this MFA just because I like the red, white, and blue. And then I'm also gonna pick up this ADM. I feel like that's like a classic covered hopper that everybody has. So I'm probably gonna pick up that one as well. So yeah, those 2, I do like those. And those rotating bearing caps, they'll get me every time because they're really cool to watch them roll. All right, and then we have the Trainman bay window cabooses. I have more than enough bay window cabooses in my collection already, but these are pretty nice. I do like the SP. I may or may not pick that one up, possibly to go with the SP engines. We'll see. Not really quite sure yet. That NW is pretty cool too. So is that UP patch. If I had an NW, I'd consider maybe picking that one up. We'll see about this one. But I already have like 4 bay windows in my collection already anyway. And that's it pretty much. So now we're going to kind of go back into the second part of this video, and I'm going to kind of rant a little bit regarding Atlas and my complaints. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Atlas and I love what they've been doing lately. I really like their products. I think they make great stuff, but I think they just these catalog ever since they acquired the MTH tooling, I feel like they could be doing a little bit better and doing more, perhaps. I feel like every catalog for O-scale they've done, they've only offered 1 or 2 diesels, or I would say 2 to 3 diesels, and when they do them, they do these weird fantasy paint schemes. Not so much here, but more with, like, let's say, for instance, this Metra stuff. Like, do you really need 3 of these Metra schemes? And like these 2 schemes, like, no, like, who is buying these? Like, nobody is buying these schemes. I get it. They're trying to please everybody, I'm sure. I mean, cause, like, granted, they did Amtrak and NJ Transit a few catalogs ago, but like, this to me is like a waste. They should have just added one of these on to the previous run and did like more, I don't know, SD70s or something like that. Something more popular. So my first complaint is I wish Atlas would do these more prototypical schemes. They're doing all these weird, custom or heritage or fantasy scheme engines, and I wish they would just do more streamlined, class 1 stuff. Not saying that this isn't cool, but I just wish they would do other stuff than this. And then, for instance, regarding the SD45s, like, not many people model CSX YN1. Like, if this was YN2, like, that would make more sense. Like, I would buy that over this. I feel like not many people really model YN1, but YN2 for sure definitely would sell well. And it's just like these paint schemes just aren't. People don't really, look for these, in my opinion. Obviously, UP is popular, but I don't know. I feel like nobody really goes after this paint scheme here. So that's my opinion. I just wish that they would kind of do more prototypical, BNSF, CSX, Norfolk Southern, stuff like that. And I wish they would do more. So that kind of goes into the second part of these catalogs. In my opinion, they're kind of small, and now granted, Atlas does do these catalogs every couple of seasons or so, but they're small and sometimes they're not the best. I mean, to me personally, I feel like ever since they acquired a lot of these toolings from MTH, even though they have a boatload of more toolings now, they've been just slacking in the engine department because they've been doing some good engines, but they've been all these weird schemes that nobody really wants. So I just think if they stuck to, the big railroads that everybody knows, they'd probably do a lot better. Plus, I think that they should maybe, instead of doing catalogs more frequent, maybe do it a little bit less often and include a lot more. Like, I think now that Atlas has grown, and especially now that they announced this partnership and the sharing tooling with MTH, I think that the two of them should be maybe not so much MTH because MTH is kind of doing their own thing right now. But I think now that Atlas has more power, more resources, I think that they kind of should step up to where MTH used to be, where MTH and Atlas should kind of flip flop a little bit, if that makes sense. And Atlas should take over and do a little bit more. And I think they should take on Lionel head on with the big catalogs, twice a year and release a lot more because they're just, like I said, doing these weird engines, or not weird engines, but just weird paint schemes, obscure things that only apply to a small margin of people. Not to mention the prices are pretty expensive. So I think personally that they should include, more mainstream paint schemes, SD or GP 35s or whatever, or SD 70 Aces, Dash 8s. They have a lot of nice toolings that they acquired, and they're just not doing them, or they're doing them slowly. Like, I think they should just come out swinging with a big catalog, put Lionel on blast and say, hey, we're here. We have all these great toolings now, but they're just doing these weird schemes. I mean, granted, like SP and UP, that's not that weird. But I feel like this UP one's kind of different. Like, just do some mainstream stuff. I don't know. Personally, to me, I just feel like ever since they've been doing a lot more of these O-scale catalogs, which I'm glad they're doing, because I think Atlas makes great products, like I said, and I'm glad they're putting out more and more stuff. But I think that, personally, to me, every catalog since then, to me at least, they've been more, the rolling stock has been better. They've been more appealing to me than the actual engines. And I don't need more rolling stock. I want more engines, especially, Norfolk Southern, CSX, stuff like that. So I would love to get some more modern stuff, but, maybe that's down the pipeline. But yeah, to me, I think Atlas should step it up and just do a big catalog with, multiple diesels in it, with a bunch of paint schemes. Like, I don't mind if they do these fantasy schemes or these one-off schemes like this guy here, but, do the regular stuff with it too. But that's just my opinion. But yeah, that's my quick review of the Atlas Fall 2023 catalog and my little rant about Atlas kind of slacking a little bit because they're great. They make great products, like I said, but I wish they would kind of ramp up production a little bit and kind of be more mainstream than they already are. Because I'd love to see that from Atlas. But yeah, this is my review of this 2023 catalog. Like I said, the rolling stock to me is, more of a heavy hitter than the engines are in this catalog. But who knows? Maybe next one will be better. But yeah, this is it. The new 2023 catalog. Some decent rolling stock. Oh, before I go, that's what I wanted to. Last part of the rant before I go. That reminds me. I'm glad I scrolled down. Kind of back to my point. Why are they doing these 3 heritage schemes? Number one, they could have, instead of doing these, did more prototypical paint schemes for something else. 2, instead of doing box cars for these heritage system or these heritage schemes, why not do the engines instead? Because nobody's done the CSX the heritage units yet in O-scale. To me, they missed an opportunity to be the first ones on the market. They should have, instead of doing these box cars that are fantasy, they could have released the engines first and been, got a leg out, or whatever the term is, jumped the gun and been the first O-scale producers of these CSX heritage unit engines. So that was a missed opportunity, in my opinion. Like, they did box cars instead of the engines. Like, I don't get it. Like, why are you doing these schemes when instead of doing those, you could have put those engines in this catalog, and I guarantee they would have sold like hotcakes because everybody wants the new CSX heritage units. So I don't know. Like I said, why are they doing these things? To me, it just sounds like poor choices and not taking advantage of the opportunities they have here. But yeah, anyway, Rant over. That's my review of the new fall 2023 catalog. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Take care, and